Some more world news for you. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said today that the United States had no prior knowledge of an attack which targeted pagers used by Lebanon's Hezbollah terrorism group a day before. At least 12 people were killed and nearly 3,000 others were wounded after the Hezbollah-controlled devices, they exploded across Lebanon and Syria. The group is now promising to retaliate against Israel, who is accused of orchestrating the explosions.
We're still gathering the information and gathering the facts. Broadly speaking, we've been very clear, and we remain very clear, about the importance of all parties avoiding any steps that could further escalate the conflict that we're trying to resolve in Gaza, to see it spread to other fronts.
If a state actor was involved in any way in what took place in Lebanon, is that acceptable behavior by a government?
Look, that's a great hypothetical, Trevor, that I'm simply not going to engage.
So it's not that's not the case that it was a state actor?
I have nothing more to add on these incidents. I understand the question. I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals or speculate about what did or didn't happen or who might be responsible.
Is there any current intelligence assessment as to who was responsible?
I'm not going to get into intelligence estimates and assessments from here either.
Secretary of State Blinken expressed frustration at the escalation in remarks earlier today, saying it threatens to slow it, to stop a ceasefire deal. Is that the White House's assessment as well, that it's close to being stopped or derailed? Or
look, as I said earlier, I think looking at the last couple of days, it's just a little too soon to know what kind of impact those incidents are going to have in the region writ large, particularly when it comes to the tensions up at the border with Lebanon. On the ceasefire deal and trying to get both sides back to the table, we're still working at that. Nothing's changed. We're still trying to get that done. We understand that even before the incidents of the last couple of days, doing that was real hard, that there wasn't a lot of momentum to be had there or inertia. We recognize that, but we're still working to try to see if we can get that done because we still believe the best way to get those hostages home is through a negotiated arrangement. On the tensions with Lebanon, again, too soon to know what these incidents are going to mean to the already high tensions between Israel and Hezbollah up at that border, the blue line specifically. All I can tell you is even as recently as a couple of days ago, Amos Hochstein, our envoy, was in the region having discussions to do everything we can from a diplomatic perspective to prevent those tensions from escalating into all-out conflict.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Qadar of GMS Gulf Coast. I'd like to start by saying, giving infinite honor, praise, and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone, men who have labored and suffered in this truth for over 30 years. And the Shalom also goes out to the bishops, the heads of camps, Great Millstone, and Great Millstone by and large. And last but not least, the Shalom goes out to the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, that innumerable number which consists of men, women, and children. In that order, we'll come back to the obedience of the scriptures, as well as calling on the names, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, to you all, Shalom. This is 1 Thessalonians 5, and and verse 1, and it reads, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." This is just part 2 of what's in your pocket, and as you see, Secretary Blinken and Secretary, what was his name? Real quick, let's see what his name was. White House, what is his name? Kirby. he being grilled on those questions dealing with that with those devices being going off, those pagers and walkie-talkies, And you see as they're being asked questions about it, it's too soon to say. It's too soon to say which way or the other. But is anyone going to be brought to be held responsible for this as the world and the United States government know who is actually orchestrating this? You know what I'm talking about? And if this is not the case, then why won't the Israelis leadership come up and say, "Hey, we're not responsible for this"? But that's neither here nor there, because be honest with you, truth be told, these governments are all one. I played a video earlier in that first, what's in your pocket, where this guy was going in about how the leadership of the state of Israel is reaching out to far right sectors of Western governments, political groups. He spoke mainly talking about Europe, but America is a part of that Western civilization. And to prove that, as they being grilled, you see American officials like the Secretary of State being asked questions concerning this. Of course they know. They just, they're not gonna give up any info to the public by and large because they want to keep you asleep. These things that you're seeing on your TV screen, upticks in violence here in the United States, chaotic circumstances about these open border policies and whatnot. This is all orchestrated to bring about chaos, confusion, disorder, so forth and so on. And the people, the heads of state, are well aware of the instructions that they've been given. It's all orchestrated to bring down the downfall of Babylon the Great, a.k.a. otherwise known as America. But in the meantime and between time, the citizens, quote unquote, ought to stay asleep, but not the men of the Lord. The Lord willing, beginning with our elder apostles and our elders, our bishops, our heads of camps of GMS, and not only that, that innumerable multitude that make up the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. We're not walking out here nonchalantly, unawares of what's happening. Because like 1 Thessalonians 5:3 says, "For when they shall say peace and safety," because see, the whole thing is they're quote unquote trying not to disrupt the hostage release deal. I'm talking about the peace that they claim to be trying to set up. This man is not peaceable. This is not a peaceable man. He wasn't created to be peaceable. Revelation 6:4, and it reads, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth." To take peace from the earth. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that they should kill one another, and there were given unto him a great sword. So that's a figment of imagination, or rather a delusional way of believing that things are going to turn out, all fancy dancy. You know, it's gonna be peace in the end. But the Lord had created the power that sat on that red horse, which is synonymous with Esau, Edom, or the so-called white man, the pale man, the pink man. When you look at those coloring crayons, where they got all the crayon colors in it, his color is called flesh color. He was set up to take peace from the earth. So this is all a facade and a play on words that you see them standing in front of these podiums and talking about hostages and this, that, and the third. That's not coming to pass. War and pestilence. Great tribulation is coming. Great tribulation is coming. Let me see. Yeah, let's go to Matthew 24. This is Matthew 24:7, and it reads, and 6. And this is our Lord and Savior, Yahushua speaking. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that thou be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Why is the end is not yet? Because there's more to the prophecy that has to come to pass. And that has made itself, its way to the forefront. You know, Elon Musk and his neural chip and Neuralink. You know, cashless payments. You know, but more importantly, Neuralink. You know, more importantly, Neuralink. This is Revelation, Slack. It's Revelation chapter 13 and 15, and it reads, and he had power to give life. No, let's go to 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their forehead, or in their foreheads. Neuralink. These things have to come to pass. Again, Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, keyword all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, to receive a mark. Real quick, let's look at that word receive. Because some groups say that it's not physical, but to receive something, it's got to be physical. It's got to be something, you know. Let's see.
Strong's G 1325. Didomi.
To give something to someone of one's own accord, to give one something to his advantage, to bestow, to supply, furnish, necessary thing, give over, deliver, give over, to care, something to be administrated, furnish and endure cause, give one, to give hand, to appoint office. Let's see, to give one, follow leader. Let's see, grant, permit. And strong definition says from a primary verb, which is used as an alternative in most of the tense, to give. It says using a very widely application, properly by implication, literally or figuratively, greatly modified by connection, advantage, bestow, bring forth, deliver up, give, grant, hinder, receive, shew, strike, with, but here it is right here. To give something to someone. to give something to someone. So it says, Revelations 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive, to give someone something, a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. That Neuralink is them giving something to someone else, literally, figuratively, physically. You understand? You know, like I say, it's groups that preach that it's spiritual, it's sin, it's white women, it's just a bunch of foolishness when they actually have the devices or the technology and they will advertise it as such. You understand? So you can't be fooled or be led astray by men who are twisting up and wrestling with the doctrine, or may just be ignorant of it. Who knows? You know what I'm talking about? But that's not correct. When you seen that clip where they drilling a hole in folks' head and actually putting a device in the skull, that's, again, let's go there real quick. Let's go to receive real quick. So we don't be fooled. You can't be easily fooled or be taken by words that you want to hear. You have to receive the truth for what it is.
Strong's G 1325. Didomi.
And it reads, to give something to someone. And you sing the company in which Elon Musk owns, they were giving something to someone. A new way, a way to be able to see, hear. I think that thing was set up to work a computer by your mind, and you know what I'm saying? All kind of things. You know what I'm talking about? Working miracles. But again, as we was watching that clip,
Some more world news for you. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said today that the United States had no prior knowledge of an attack which targeted pagers used by Lebanon's Hezbollah terrorism group a day before.
Had no prior knowledge. Yeah, you got to stay as far away from the scene of the crime, you know what I'm talking about, so you can't be considered an alias. You know what I'm talking about, an accomplice, an accomplice or whatever. I know I'm twisting it up or not pronouncing it correctly. But if you know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm saying, an accomplice. Someone who's aiding and abetting, you know what I mean? Because these type of tactics are going to be used on American citizens. Again, your enemy will spare no expense at trying to achieve your demise. Point blank, period. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. Just a part 2 of that, what's in your pocket. And with that, when it was edifying, I'm going to close out by giving infinite honor and praise and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. With that, shalom.